Hey guys, today I'm going to be ranking every single primary weapon in Call of Duty Mobile Season 7, so hope you guys will enjoy this video, and now let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so just a few quick disclaimers. I'm mostly going to be doing quick summaries of each weapon just so the video isn't like an hour long. And I also want to say that this tier list will be in my opinion, but I'm going to be trying to be as unbiased as possible and take different playstyles into account. Okay, so with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and start the tier list. So the first gun is going to be the KN-44. I'm going to be putting it on A tier. It's probably mid to upper A tier. It's really good for medium range. That's what it's made for. You can make it so it has good mobility for close range, but its time to kill up close is kind of lacking in comparison to some other guns. So yeah, you can win some close range fights, but it is going to be outclassed by some other guns up close. But yeah, overall, really good gun, but I don't think I can put it on S tier. But yeah, still pretty good. Next up is going to be the HVK-30. I really recommend you use large caliber with this gun, but with large caliber, it only has 24 rounds, which kind of makes it a bit harder for to use this gun up close. But if you hit, I think, the stomach, chest, and head, you can 3-tap up close. So it kind of makes up for that lack of bullets, but still, it's going to be a little bit hard to use up close. But actually, it does kill really quick if you can get that 3-shot time to kill. So you can use it up close, just be careful of how little bullets it has. It's mostly made for medium to long ranges. It's very, very good for medium range. It has a very good 4-shot range. So yeah, overall it's a really good gun. I would say it's balanced because of its body multipliers as well as its lack of ammunition or magazine size. So you gotta be a bit careful as it only has 24 rounds, but if you can be accurate, it is an insanely good gun. I'm putting it on S tier. Next up is going to be the DR8s. This gun got a buff, I think in Season 6, where they buffed its accuracy, or bullet spread accuracy, which is one of its biggest downsides. And I think they buffed its mobility on, I think, the OTM mag attachments. It's going to be upper A tier. I'd say it's one of the top 10 best guns in the game. I think it's my second favorite assault rifle, actually. You could put on S tier, but it'll be lower S tier. I'm probably going to put it on upper A tier. It's a really good gun. Yeah, just really nice. Okay, next up is going to be the Peacekeeper MK2. You can build this gun to be a lot of things. You can make it really good for long range, close range, medium range, and just make it good for all the ranges, which I like to do. So I highly recommend Task Force, or I think it was Task Force build, the one I'm thinking of. But yeah, it's very versatile. You can use it up close and medium range. That's its main ranges, and its time to kill is quite good. I think it used to be more of an AR SMC hybrid. I'm not sure it's still like that now. I'm assuming it is, but yeah, I'll put it under the DR8s, but above the KN-44. Overall, it's a great gun. Next up is going to be one of my least favorite guns in the game, the FR556. It's made for medium range, but its recoil is kind of iffy. It's one of the few guns I haven't maxed out. I hate this gun. But yeah, maybe if you max it out, unlike me, you can get some recoil adjusting attachments, so you can just get used to its recoil. But yeah, I'll put on B tier. I don't think I can put on A tier. If I do put on A tier, it's going to be really low A tier. But yeah, if you can control its recoil and you're more of a mid-range player, it's a really, it's kind of what you want out of an assault rifle, but has horrible recoil. But yeah, if you can control its recoil and you like medium range, it's going to be awesome. Especially if you can control that recoil. It's a really good gun. But yeah, I'm just going to have to put it on B tier. Next up is going to be the AS Val. So this one is, I'm positive this is an AR SMC hybrid. They actually nerfed it this season, but it wasn't too big of a nerf. I think they only nerfed, if I'm correct, I think they only nerfed its extended mag, which is an attachment almost everyone uses, because without it only has 25 rounds. And if you use the extended mag, you get 35. So this gun, it's really good, but it's also really balanced. So, well, to me it's balanced because of bullet velocity makes it just horrendous at long ranges. So yeah, the farther you go, the worse this gun does. Unlike some other guns where it has a fixed range, like say the HVK kills in, say, I'm just making this up, like 500 milliseconds at long range play, so it kills faster than that, but I'm just saying that as an example. But yeah, it's going to stay at that 500 milliseconds time to kill at that long range. But the AS Val, the farther you get, the longer it is. I think it's like its bullet velocity is like 450 meters a second or something like that. It's an awesome gun, but its bullet velocity makes it bad for long range. You can use it for medium range, but don't take long range fights with it. It's made for close range. If you're really doing close range, it could be better on the HVK. The thing is, HVK just has that 3-shot capability. I'd say for close range, AS Val is better on HVK, but overall, I'd say the HVK is better. But yeah, AS Val, probably like top 5 best guns. Definitely top 10, maybe even top 5. But yeah, definitely S tier for me. Next up is the AMAX. I think it's CR56 AMAX or something like that. But yeah, without its M67 rounds, it's probably B tier or very low A tier. I like it more than the FR556, but it's probably worse than the FR556 without M67. But if you use M67, it's very high A tier. To upper A tier. I mean, low to mid S tier. Could be upper S tier. Depends on your play style. I'll put on S tier. You can kind of switch it around. All the guns on S tier you can kind of switch around so far. So the AMAX, it is a passive weapon. You can use it, well, with M67. I'm considering this with M67 because without it, it's kind of meh. So yeah, with M67 rounds, it's very good for medium to long range. You could use it for close range, but I don't really recommend. You're probably gonna be losing a good amount of gunfights up close. But yeah, probably the best DMR up close. Definitely better than the XP on the M21. Those things suck. At least in my opinion, they do. But yeah, very good for medium range, long range. You can hold lots of angles with it. But yeah, very passive weapon and also a very good weapon. I'm not good at explaining it, but yeah, it isn't my kind of weapon, but it is very, very good. I highly recommend if you really want to play passively and hold down angles. It's very good for supporting teammates as well. Next up, it's going to be the XBR50. It's horrible. No explanation needed. Well, I guess I'll explain it. I'm pretty sure most people know why it sucks. But you can only one tap if it's a headshot. Shoots fast, but not fast enough to beat other guns. If you can hit headshots, it's like the best thing in the game. No. Even if it hits headshots, SKS or the M61 AMAX, or whatever it's called, that ammo conversion, it's going to be better. Yeah, these things just suck. XBR and M21, I think the XBR is a little better than M21. I don't use these enough because they're so bad. I tried to use them again all year this week, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't win much. It was horrible. Okay, next up is the Arctic 50. I'm gonna have a hard time placing snipers on this list. I pretty much put almost every sniper on A tier. If you're a really good sniper, it's easily S tier. And we use like a marksman rifle, and you can quick scope with them. It's probably the best thing in the game. But I'm not sure. I don't use KN enough. I use the KN a bit. I max it out, but I don't like the KN, so it isn't one of my main guns. Arctic 50. I just think there's better options, honestly. It's great. For BR, this is not a Battle Royale list, but for BR, it might actually be the best one in the game. I'm not 1%, so I don't play BR much, but it's really good. But I honestly think there's other snipers that are better than it, I mean. Yeah, really good, but I think there's better options. I'll put it on mid A tier. But if it's a sniper, I'll be S tier, but low S tier compared to the other snipers. Next up is going to be the DLQ. It's a slower sniper. I think it has around the same ADS time as the Arctic. It isn't semi-auto like the Arctic. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the Arctic has lower lethality zones. It's only the chest and the head. I'm not sure about the arms, but the chest and head are its lethal zones as far as I know. I think it has the same lethal zones as the Locust. But yeah, DLQ, one of the best snipers. This and the Locust are interchangeable. Locust has worse, DLQ has better, better one-shot areas than the Locust does. But the Locust has better mobility. I honestly think the Locust is better, but I do see why some people think the DLQ is better. DLQ and Locust are interchangeable in my opinion. Locust has better mobility, and DLQ has better lethality. Next up is the NA45. You're trying to build this. It's a campy weapon. You're trying to make this for quick scoping. You don't want to do that. It's what is it? It's vertical recoil. Its recoil is just horrible. And you have to hit another shot for the explosion to go off. It just sucks. C tier. I think it's better than the semi-auto snipers. Or, well, the Alting White-Tech. Those things are good. But these snipers here, are they considered DMRs? I'm not sure. But the XBR and the M21 just suck. They're just horrible. But yeah, I'll put the NA45 on C tier. Next up is the Outlaw. I like the Outlaw, but it honestly just feels like a worse SPR. I'll put it below the Arctic. It's still an A tier. Probably low A tier, though. But yeah, good gun, but I think there's better options because there's marksman rifles. Next up is the S36. I maxed this thing out earlier this week. I don't really care for it much, though. Yeah, that's probably like C tier. Could be lower B tier. I know some people really like the S36. I wonder what. I haven't used it too much. I used my XP cards to max it out. And I used it for a little bit. I just don't like it, though. Though I've never really been LMT kind of person. But yeah, I'll put it on C tier. Could be B tier. I haven't used this enough. But yeah, I think there's just plenty of better LMGs. Like the Holgar, Hades, RPD, stuff like that. And also the M4 LMG if you like that too. Next up is the UL 736. I think it's better than the S36, but also there's better options than it. I'll put that on C tier as well. RPD. If best long range LMG. In my opinion, it's the best long range LMG in the game. Do I put it above the Scar? This is hard. Should I put it above the snipers? It's better than the KN, I think. I'll put it above the... No, I don't want to put it above the... I'll put it here. I'll put it below the DLQ and the Locust, but above the KN. I'll say it's mid to upper A tier. If you're playing passive, it's awesome. Best LMC for playing passive and holding angles or playing long range, whatever. It's really good. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a really good gun. Next up is the M4 LMG. It honestly just feels like a worse Holgar. It's good, but I think the Holgar is pretty much just better than it in almost every way. I can't think of a thing that the M4 LMG is better than the Holgar at. It's good, but the Holgar is just better. I'll put it on B tier. I could put on lower A tier. My dad loves this gun. It's his main gun. I don't know why he uses it so much. But yeah, upper B tier to low A tier. I'll put it on upper B tier, but you could put it on lower A tier. I definitely think it's better than the FR556 though. Next up is the Chopper. I don't really care for the Chopper at all. I don't think it's that good. I'll put it on B tier. It's definitely better than the S36 and UL in my opinion, but I don't think it's that good either. Oops, I'm moving stuff around. Yeah, Chopper, B tier. I'll put it there below the FR556. Next up is the Holgar. They nerfed it. May they felt bad for everyone who bought its mythic skin, spent like $300 on it. All the people who got lucky. Sadly, I was not one of the people who got lucky. I wish I was. I still don't have a legendary weapon. Please, if you're watching this COD Mobile, please bring back legendary bundles, and I'll buy it. As long as it's a good gun. Just bring back MSMC Space Station. I love the MSMC. Please. But yeah, enough talking. Is it better than the HVK? I think it's better than the HVK. Probably top 5 weapons, the Holgar. Maybe top 5 or top 3. It's awesome, Holgar. I don't like the Holgar. I don't really care for it. I don't really use it much. But it's awesome. I don't care about your Wave Awards. I'll put it top vest here. I'll probably get to some better guns, but wow, this is probably the best gun for medium lanes. You're playing medium lanes, but also want some mobility. It's like the RPD, but it has better mobility. Not really like the RPD. I don't know how to explain, but it's really good for medium lanes. You can use it for close range as well. Don't use it as an LMG, though, because it's kind of bad as an LMG. But as like an AR, if you make it into an AR, it's awesome. It's an amazing gun. Next up is the AK-117, I think it is. What was it? Where else did I put it? Jeez. I think it's better than the KN-44. I'll put it there. I'll put it above the KN-44. I think it kills a little faster than the KN-44. I'm not sure. I think it's kind of close to the KN. I think it's a little better than the KN-44, but they're quite close. KN could be better, though. Yeah, I'll put it on at the middle of A tier, I guess. Next up is the RUS. This gun got buffed. I wish, like, the Chinese leak patch notes was the buff that it got. Honestly, I think it needed a buff to its fast range, because I can't even test its fast range at the training mode without putting on marksman and mono. Yeah, I don't really know what to think about this. It's good. If you can hit those test shots, which is kind of unlikely, but if you can hit test shots, this thing shreds. But that ain't gonna happen all the time. It's gonna be mid A tier. I'll put above the AK-117. Or do I? Do I put above the AK-117? Did I accidentally move the QXR up? Oh, whatever. I don't know where to put the RUS. I don't think it's upper B tier. It's low to mid A tier. Should I put above the Optic? I like it more than the KN. And I think it's better than the AK-117. I'll put it there. You can kind of switch them around. AK-117, KN, RUS. You can also put it below the Optic if you want. But yeah, I think that's where it belongs. I think it's worse than RPD though. Yeah, it's good. I love the RUS. It used to be holds a special place in my heart because it was my first ever main gun back in the OG Season 1 days. But yeah, pretty good. Next up, my favorite gun in the game. Well, kind of. I love MP7 is my favorite gun in real life, but they nerfed it quite hard. It's horrible at long range. This is the thing. I love the MP7. If I'm gonna be biased to any gun, it would be the MP7. Oh, QXR. But it sucks at long range. It honestly just feels like a worse QQ9. It's A tier. It's not B tier. But I definitely think it's better than the RUS. But I think that's as high as I can put it. I think the RPD is honestly better for that long range time. Please above the QXR Call of Duty. Make it do 13 damage at long range instead of 12. Make it do 23 damage at close instead of 22. Or both. Yeah, I hope it gets a buff. I think other guns need buffs more than it. But honestly, it just feels like a worse QQ9. Has better accuracy than the QQ9. I think the QQ9 has the worst accuracy in the game. But yeah, this video might actually turn into like an hour long. Next up, it's like, sucks. Better than those snipers. Those snipers just suck. But yeah, I'll put on D tier. Horrible lethality zones. It's a 3-round boss, and you can only 3-shot up close if you hit all test shots. Sucks. PDW. Upper B tier to low A tier. I'll put on low 8. I'll put on upper B tier. I like the PDW, but PDW was my second main gun after the RUS. Because back then, when it said 90 damage, I actually thought it did a ton more damage than the RUS. But yeah, upper B tier to low A tier. I'll put on upper B tier, but I can move it to low A tier. I won't put it above the Outlaw, though. Razorback. Underrated. Yet not underrated at the same time. I'm starting to hear people talking about it. It's really good. Is it better than the Bison? It's like the Bison that kills faster, has better range, but worse mobility. You can interchange this in the Bison, in my opinion. It's really good, honestly. Is it better than the ASFL, though? I don't think it is. I think it's better than the M67 AMAX, but I'm not, so I'll put it there. Above the M67 AMAX, but worse than the ASFL. It's really good, though. If you haven't tried out the Razorback, you should use it. Make sure you use Rapid Fire, because it sucks without its Rapid Fire perk, or it's kind of bad. MSMC, another unrated gun. Would I still call this underrated? Nobody talked about it. Now all of a sudden people are talking about it. Its recoil is you have to get used to its recoil, but if you can get used to its recoil, the recoil kind of makes it so people don't want to use the gun, but if you can use its recoil, it's awesome. That's like a similar time to kills that the QXR had before its buff. So, it's awesome. It's one of my favorite guns in the game. But it's really good, but I also have issues using it because I'm bad at the game. I can't control its recoil sometimes. Well, I can. I'm having a little bit of difficulty playing longer ranges if I have no stock on though. I'll put above the QXR, but do I put above the RPD? I want to say it's about the RPD. This and the RPD is interchangeable. I think that, yeah, I think it's a little bit better than RPD, but you can change them out. RPD could be better though. Next up is the, what's the name of this gun? HG40, there we go. Yeah, it sucks. There's so many better options than this gun. It's like Razorback. Razorback's HG40, but a heck of a lot better. Okay, Pharaoh. If you can hit its boss shots, S tier. This thing dominates up close, but it has a skill gap. But if you're skilled, S tier. It's gonna be lower S tier in my opinion, but I think it's S tier. Could be upper A tier. Oops. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, I'll put it on S tier. It can 3-shot up close and it has crazy time to kill. You just gotta be accurate. Next up is the ZKS. Why do they have to nerf this thing? I don't get why they nerfed it. They ruined its accuracy. I think it has like the second worst accuracy in the game. It's just slightly better than the QQ9 accuracy, I'm pretty sure. QQ9, I'm pretty sure, is the worst accuracy in the game. That's why it's balanced. I don't hear anybody talking about its accuracy being terrible, the QQ9. Yeah. Please buff the CKS. I think the CKS needs a buff, honestly. I think it's supposed to be like a more versatile SMG, but its bullet spread accuracy sucks, so you can't make it versatile. Yeah, I don't want to put the CKS there, but yeah, I had to put a B tier. I hope it gets buffed. Cordite, one of my favorite guns in the game. I'm not sure where to put this. I don't think it deserves to be in B tier. It's low A tier. And the Outlaw. I honestly think it's better than the... No, it's probably not better than the KN. I like it more than the KN. I hate the KN for some reason. But, yeah, I think that's where I'll put it. That's where the Cordite goes for me. QQ9. Very good, yet also very balanced. Good for close to medium range, but don't do long range gunfights with this. You're probably going to lose. Even though its time to kill seems good for long range, it has bad aim sake, and its bullet spread accuracy sucks as well. So you're going to have to, if you want to take long range gunfights, you're going to have to up its BSA stat. So yeah, it's S tier though. Honestly, it's S tier. I think it's better on the Razorback. Is it better on the Razorback? Yeah, I think it's better on the Razorback. I like the ASFL more. I love the ASFL so much. It's one of my favorite guns in real life too. And so is the MP5. I think it's better than the thing is, even though ASFL has worse time to kill long range, but its accuracy I'm pretty sure is a lot better. It's kind of hard. Jeez. They are so close. Yeah, I can kind of switch them. I think the QQ9 is better than the ASFL, though. Honestly, I think the QQ9 is better. But they are super... Excuse me. They are super close. AK-47... I remember when I used to love this gun. For some reason, I used to use this with 5.56 rounds. I could control its recoil back then. I'm not sure if I still can. This used to be my main gun. For some reason. No, not A tier, not A tier. Upper B tier. I think it's upper B tier. But I don't really recommend using it. It's awesome for BR, but this isn't a BR list. Next up is the Fennec. Well, I didn't do much of an explanation for AK-47. It's just that other guns outclass it, pretty much. Fennec, it got nerfed. And now this is, if you're skilled, it's super good. But if you're not, it's gonna be kind of bad for you. Do I put it on S tier? I don't think I should put it on S tier. I think it's worse than the DR8s. It could be better than the DR8s. I feel so weird putting the Fennec on A tier with how good it was last season. Yeah, I'll put it on A tier, below the DR8s, but above the Peacekeeper. It's really good. If you're skilled, it's S tier, but I don't really know when you're going to be hitting. It just has horrible hitbox. I kind of wish they buffed. Had to move my table a bit. But yeah, I kind of wish they buffed its hitboxes now. But yeah, it's good, but I don't really recommend. No, I recommend using it if you're skilled. But yeah, it's gonna be A tier, upper A tier, mid to upper A tier. Next up is the AZR. Kind of feels outclassed by other guns, low A tier. I like the Cordite more though. Next up is the Bison. S tier. It's S tier, but do I put it above the Razorback? It has more ammo than the Razorback. It's quicker than the Razorback, but the Razorback kills faster. At long range, it kills a heck of a lot faster. I think it's the Bison's long range time to kill is horrendous, like 550 milliseconds, something like that. These two are interchangeable. If you want better time, I think the Razorback's gonna be better for Search and Destroy. For multiplayer, I think the Bison's better though. They're so close. If you want better time to kill, use the Razorback. If you want better magazine size and mobility, use the Bison. Also, the Bison's slightly easier to use. Razorback is, it's really easy to use as well. They're very close. They're both more of like a versatile SMG. I would say the Bison's better. No, I think the Razorback's better than the Bison, but just by a little bit. I like the Bison more, but I think the Razorback's better. The Boss Shotgun. I remember when I used to think this was the best shotgun. I don't know why I thought it was the best shotgun, but I did. I didn't use any other shotgun besides this when the game came out. But yeah. Why am I putting on B2? No, it's not B2. C2. I think it's bound in these LMGs. I haven't used these LMGs enough. And I also haven't used this much. But yeah, I'll put on C2, I guess. There's just better shotguns, though. A lot better shotguns. By 15. I remember when this used to be the best thing in the game. Oh, best shotgun in the game. Low A tier. I'll put an upper B. No, why did I put an FAC? No, I'm not liking secondaries. I'll put it on upper B tier. That's what I'll put it. KR and HSO are a lot better. What is it? I seem to get a good amount of hit markers with it. I suck with shotguns, but yeah. KRM and HSO are a lot better. Oh, KRM and HSO right there. Do I put these on S tier? I'm not sure I should put these on S tier, honestly. But I also do want to. If you're a shotgun user, these are definitely going S tier. They just dominate up close. Switch to snipers and shotguns, depending on if you're a shotgun or sniper player. I honestly think the HSO is better than the KRM. I just seem to get better range off of it. And it also seem to get less hit markers using the SHO. But they're close. I think the HSO is better. But yeah, they're very close. You can kind of switch them around, but I do think the HSO is better. I just seem to be able to kill people easier with the HSO. Next up is the Echo. Let's say I put the Echo. I kind of want to put on C tier. And I'm not sure I should put it. If you're grinding Sipman, it's probably good. Yeah, I'll put on C tier. I don't really care for it. Definitely better shotguns than that. Kilo Bolt Action. I actually kind of had fun using the Kilo when I got to gold. Oh, not A tier. Do I put on A tier? No, I don't think it will. Low A tier. Or upper B tier. Low A tier, upper B tier. I'll put on upper B tier just because I think it's outclassed, but I think it's like a worse force than of other marksmen and snipers. And ASM 10. I used this gun yesterday, actually. I didn't like using it, but I think I did kind of well with it. It's A tier, it's not B tier. It's actually kind of good. But where should I put it? Probably about on the Cordite, as much as I hate to say it's probably about on the Cordite. I'll put it... Do I? I'll put it there. It's like... It's anti-SMGs, but SMGs are better. As we call it, kind of... I'm bad at controlling the ASMs, we call it. Kind of like... It's bouncy. That's what I don't like about the ASMs, we call it. It's very bouncy. SKS honestly feels like a worse M67 AMAX. I'll probably put on A tier though. Low A tier. SPR. Arguably the best sniper in the game. Okay, I put SPR on... Where did I put the SPR? For snipers, best gun in the game. If you're Zeke, YT, 3 or more, swag, all the good snipers, S tier, best gun in the game. I'm not sure they even use it, but SPR. The thing is, you can't use it for long range. I recommend using I think it's .300 round mag. It has the same hitbox, same lethality as DLQ. I think up close it actually has better lethality than DLQ. It has very good movement speed, but like the Outlaw, it's like an Outlaw, but a lot better, honestly, as I did say earlier. What is it? Idle Sway was it? I don't think breath hold. That's it. It doesn't have a long breath hold time. So yeah, S tier. I'll put it here. I'll put it there. I like it more M67. I think it's better than M67, but there. Yeah, I'll put it there. That's where I'll put it. Next up is the MK2. Do I put it? I think it's better. If you want a scope, use the DLQ. I honestly think it's better than DLQ. It's better than DLQ, but do I put it above the Locust? Okay, I think no, it's probably better than Locust. As much as I hate to say it, I think it's better than Locust. There you go. Yeah, that's why I put the MK2. Don't use its 30 rounds unless you want to just silently say you're better than everyone else. Then you can use it. HBR, BT, don't care for it much. Actually, I haven't used it. I think they buffed it. I'll max it out, and might make a video on it. But yeah, I'll put it there. Next up, M4, not BT. Why I put on BT? Oh wait, that's where I was supposed to put it there. Where did I put the? Oh, there's M4. M4. I skipped the BK, I think. M4, BT, yeah, I'll put it there, M4, you can use it. I kind of wish it was better because that Outcast Veteran skin in the Battle Pass looks awesome in my opinion. But yeah, BT, LK, the KN44, there's just so many better options. Just do what the M4 does, but better. It's very easy to control its recoil, but it's like a worse LK24. BK57, just like the KN44, but I think it's better. S tier though, it feels like putting the BK on S tier. I remember when people said this was like the alternative to the HBR back whenever the HBR was good. I think it's worse than the Razorback. They're close. It kind of changes them. I'll put it here, actually. People say it's really close to Razorback. I honestly like the Razorback more, though. That's why I'll put the BK57. It feels so weird playing on S tier, though, honestly. But yeah, it's, yeah, it's like, yeah, that and the Razorback are so close. You can just pick whatever one you want. I also like the Razorback more, but yeah, super close. Next up is the LK24. I like this more than the KN44, but I'm pretty sure the KN44 is better. It has, yeah, I think the LK24 is better accuracy than KN44 is better accuracy than the LK24. ICR, I'm not sure to put the ICR. A2, I guess. I'll put it here, I think. I don't care for ICR much. It's hard for me to rank some of these guns. M16. Bad. M16 is so inconsistent. Not B tier. I won't even put it on B tier. It's C tier. Upper C tier, though. Like, at least you can say it's upper C tier. It's not low C tier. It's upper C tier. Man of War, very good for long range. It's awesome for long range. Its range is just unbelievably good, but it's so slow. A tier. I'll put mid A tier. Where is... There you go. Is it on the QXR? Probably is, honestly. Yeah, it's probably on the QXR. Not 100% sure, but I think it's on the QXR. And... oh, Type 25. I missed that. Type 25. Also, there's some other guns that I forgot to mention. The ones that came out in Season 6 and Season 7. But yeah, Type 25. That goes... here. I'll put it above the manual, I think. And I'll put it here. Put it there. It's really good. It's underrated. Don't see much people talking about it. Yeah. So MX9, S tier. S tier, but it's balanced. That's good BSA. Don't take mid-range fights. You can try and cross-map because most guns are going to be in the final lanes. I'm going to try to cross-map and say crossfire. So maybe can cross-map crossfire, I think, because it has bad recoil. But yeah, it has terrible damage range. But it is so good at close range. It has everything that you want for a close range gun. It's S tier. My favorite gun in the game. People are saying it's the best gun in the game. It doesn't need nerf. It doesn't need a nerf in my opinion. Maybe only a nerf for strafe speed. But honestly, it does not need a nerf. The MX9. I know lots of people are going to disagree with me on that. But yeah, upper S tier could be the best gun in the game. In my opinion, it is, but it isn't. Yeah, best close range gun in the game goes to the MX9 though. Hades. The Hades is middle of A tier, I guess. Do I? Probably low A tier. I'll probably put it in between. I'll put it above the ASM-10 but below the LK-24 for the Hades. And I think the last one is the Logitech AMR. That's my favorite sniper. I think it's better than the DLQ. In my opinion, it's better than the DLQ. But I think it's worse than the Locust, but better than the DLQ. But yeah, you could put it above the Locust because it's probably better for long as than the Locust. But I think the Locust is a bit better than the Logitech AMR. But I do think the Logitech's a bit better than the DLQ. The problem with the Logitech AMR, it takes so long for it to reload. It only has 5 rounds. And it has barely any ammo and reserves. That's the only problem with it. I kind of hope it gets a buff to that. But yeah, I think it's better. It's very close to the DLQ. If you want a semi-auto DLQ, use that. Up close has the same lethality zones. I think up to 30 meters has the same lethality as the DLQ. And after 30 meters, it has the same lethality as, I think, the Locust and the Arctic. So yeah, I think it's about in the Arctic. But yeah. Around the same level as the DLQ and the Locust, in my opinion. And yeah, the video probably didn't end up being like 40 minutes long. Oh, crap, I did make it 40 minutes long. Or 45 minutes. Well, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to Lord Enzo if you want some more videos like this one. If you watched till the end, thank you so much. I'm surprised anyone will watch to the end since I'm super boring, but if you did, thank you a lot. And my throat's really hurting. After making this, I had to do a few videos on this. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys!